Hello, 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 and welcome to Mobsters Players Revenge Tools and Tips, and I'm Brodus. In this video clip, we're going to be talking about the Equipment tab. Very fun tab to play with. Let's just jump right in there and see what that's all about. Okay. You notice here in the equipment environment here, this is where we purchase our equipment. There are several tabs across the top. You have your limited items. These are items that are only going to be around for X amount of time. At a certain point in the game, they lose their life, and you are not going to be able to buy them anymore unless admin, or should I say pimp, decides that he wants to make a particular item available again. It has been known that by request he has bought back certain items by virtue of people requesting it, but that is definitely not the rule. It's an exception. All right, now let's explain the information on these tabs. They basically all have the same information, so keep that in mind as we flip through quickly some of the other tabs here in the equipment environment or the equipment tab section. Now, on the left side here, left-hand side here, you'll see an image of the piece of equipment. Okay, now this over here is a delivery system. It doesn't have very much attack and defense. They normally don't have. And these are used for items like the nuke missile that you get through playing Gala, and I suppose the higher up you go in level, the more equipment becomes available that requires a delivery system. In any event, that's a piece of equipment, okay, and this is at what level you can acquire that particular piece of equipment. This is the attack and defensive value. Attack and defensive value. My mouse is acting stupid. Okay, of that particular equipment. This is how much it costs in favor points. This here's an indication of how many you own, and this is how many is still available. Okay, this is pretty self-explanatory. If you wanted to purchase this equipment or any equipment, you go through the same process that I'm going to show you here. You go to this box here, you click, and you choose how many you want to buy. Okay, keep in mind that these cost favor points. All right, so you choose whatever quantity you want to get, and then click buy, and then you have it. We're not going to spend favor points on equipment right now because I don't find that as a need at this point in my game. But in any event, you scroll down, you can see all the equipment that you can purchase with favor points, and these are usually you'll find these on the limited editions tab. Okay, some of these items here you'll pick up by virtue of doing missions, and some of these items here will just appear as a standard limited edition piece of equipment. So you can buy to your heart's content on this tab here and buy limited edition equipment. And keep in mind that these are called limited because they only are around for a little while. All right, and that's determined dependent upon pimp's rationale. Now, here you've got your weapons tab, and these you'll notice that some of these items here are also in the limited equipment. Okay, but you can also obtain them through the weapons tab, and of course these here are they cost favor points. They're basically all the same. A lot of these here, when you see seasonal trade-in, a lot of these items here, when you see a seasonal trade-in or something like that, they're used for missions, particularly those in Vegas. So, for example, the items have ran out, meaning there aren't any more. There aren't any. Actually, you don't have any more that you obtained by virtue of Lotto, and Lotto's not dropping the item anymore. You can come over here, and if it's available, you can go ahead and purchase that particular piece of equipment, so you can go ahead and do a particular mission that requires it. Now, again, these are all the same. They all have the same variables of attack and value, the cost, how much you own, how many are available, and the process of buying them is the same. And that's true for all of the other tabs. Is your armor. Okay? There is some armor that you do not have to pay for, but you need to go all the way down to the very bottom, and then you see armor that you use Mobster cash to buy. I don't buy any of this stuff here by virtue that I've been playing so long. I know I don't need them. At the very beginning, when you, for example, when you start an account and you don't have the favor points, for example, you may want to go ahead and use Mobster Cash in order to buy these, so you can strengthen up your account. Again, they have basically the same attack, the same variables or features like the other items of attack and defense. And the only difference is that you buy them. And now there's an upkeep here. This is something to keep in mind. For every one that you buy, you have to have an upkeep of $1,200. What does that $500? What does that mean? That means, and we'll explain this here. If you go all the way up here to the very top, you can actually use page up and down, and you look at your cash flow. Okay. If you buy that equipment that requires an upkeep, it will subtract from your cash flow. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Your cash flow will be less, which means your bounty doesn't go down, but your cash flow will be less, and that means the money that you accumulate hourly will be a little bit less, but your bounty doesn't go down. So keep that in mind. We'll page down here. It's a little actually quicker way to maneuver, navigate through these tabs here. That's the upkeep. All right, and here it tells you how many you own. You can also sell this equipment and any equipment that has the sell button. Okay, you just choose the amount that you want to sell, and I believe it's 50% less than what you paid for. So keep that in mind. If you have a lot of buku money in the bank, this and that, you know, you're big time, high bounty, you know, high cash flow, it really doesn't matter if you lose. Excuse me. The 50%. The point being is that once you get rid of those pieces of equipment that have upkeep, your cash flow, let's use the page up to move up quickly, the cash flow goes back up. Okay, now there's not very much to the equipment tab other than you just buy and sell equipment and limited items. Very, very simple. Very, very intuitive. Now in the equipment tab is one place where you can go gear up your avatar. All right. This here I'm going to explain more in the My Mobsters tab, but I'm going to just go briefly over it. This is where you buy different pieces of avatar items for your mobster. In this case here, Baby Jane. Now, you can select from the top, the hair, top, weapons right here. Again, this is very intuitive. It's like those games where you just dress up your little avatar. You just choose whatever you want, buy it, and then boom, it becomes part of your avatar. We're going to get more into this when I go over in another clip the My Mobster tab. But this is very, very simple tab. You're going to come here a lot, particularly to buy equipment, and the neat thing about it is it's very, very simple, very, very intuitive. Okay, very, very short clip. My name is Brodus. You have a good one. MLR.